Yeah, man. Yeah, it's time. Big Baby JTV, and I'm in here. And I'm gonna try to do this a lot more often. Cover Canadian topics. You feel me? The accent might fool you, but I am Canadian. I am from the city, Cap City. Smash a like button before we get started in here. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So Kingston, Ontario decided to tear down a Sir John A MacDonald statue, right? And at first I was torn about this, but then I came to a conclusion, right? My opinion is, so what? So what? This is another one of those symbolic gestures that people think is doing something but ends up meaning nothing in the long term. So what does this mean? Sir John A MacDonald was the first Prime Minister of Canada, right? Quick history lesson. He did the Confederation, which put the colonies in the Maritimes, Ottawa, Ontario, Quebec, and even the prairies together to form the nation that is Canada today, right? He basically brought all the colonies together. As y'all know, they were former British colonies, right? So long story short, he essentially created Canada. Him and a few other quote-unquote founding fathers or fathers of the Confederacy, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that he was part of a time where they were clearly racist. They were clearly and overtly against Aborigines people, right? Native people. Now look, at the end of the day, should we have more progressive idols or at least people represented within Canadian culture? Yes, absolutely. But at the end of the day, what does it amount to? Taking away that statue does not destroy racism. Taking away that statue is more of a distraction. Why don't y'all go into low-income places within Kingston and help build community centers? Why don't y'all go and help some of the black kids, some of the native kids, find good paying jobs that can help them in their future for their kids and grandkids and great-grandkids? That's going to be a bigger impact. But just taking down the statue of John A. MacDonald, y'all think y'all really did something. No, not really. That's not a long-term solution. That's a Band-Aid. Okay? Now look, what hurts most and is better than a Band-Aid is when you put some alcohol on that stuff, and then it's gonna pain you, it's gonna sting, but it's gonna help you heal faster. It's gonna do better than a Band-Aid. Okay? I believe that taking down that statue is maybe a first step, but I find that it's goofy and I find that it's a distraction. It's almost like how the United States made Juneteenth a federal holiday when they have a whole motion and bill about reparations that they've never agreed on in almost 10 years. Right? This is symbolic solutions that don't amount to real tangible help. Okay? And that's what makes this sad, because people are going to feel like they did something. They did something amazing by taking down the statue of a man who died 200 plus years ago and helped create the country that you're in right now. I'm not saying that John A. MacDonald was a great man or even a terrible man. I think he was a man of his time. I respect him for help create the nation that is Canada. But like all historical figures, he has his flaws. He has his problems. And guess what? So do you. So do your parents. So do your grandparents. And so is everybody who is, quote unquote, a legend or who's looked upon favorably in society, in human history. Why? Because he's a human. Okay? Can we do better as a nation? Yes, but we do not start by putting down a statue of one of the people who helped create the nation. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I think it's symbolic BS that really amounts to nothing. All right, am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Big Baby J, and we out.